Guys, hello. Here we are. We are looking at a film review today, guys. We have a 6 to 7 focus to get through. Remember that what I want you to do if you're watching live is I want you to comment as much as possible so we can communicate. Together about the language that we're looking at today. Actually, we're looking at film reviews. So we're going to be doing some writing. I would like you to be using your comments section at the bottom, so you can post some comments to me, and we can have a look at at some of your writing for film reviews. First of all, I want you to say hi, please. People that are watching, please say hello. Write in your comments so I can see who you are. I can see your names, and we can communicate as best as possible through the comments section. Again, for people who I haven't met before, my name's Dave. I'm from a city called Worcester in the West Midlands in England. And I work at Myes, which is the Myes school right by Central Station. Please, guys, if you are watching, please make a comment and say hello, so I can put, so we can communicate. It's going to be really important for this lesson today. As I've said before, we're looking at film reviews. I can show you the slide. Filippo, oh, hello, great to see you, Filippo. Excellent. Anybody else? Is there anyone else watching? No one so far. Lovely. So film reviews then is the topic today. Let's have a little look at what we're doing. Okay, so it says here, in this focus activity, using simple past, describing films and writing a film review. Hello, Mariana. Lovely to see you. So a couple of questions, guys, I want us to respond to. First thing is, what do we use the simple past for? Simple question. I'll write it in the box, in the comments. What do we use the simple past for? Tell me. What do we use the simple past for? What is it for? It's a bit different to Italian. Anybody got any ideas? I'll give you an example sentence. Yesterday, I went to the shops. Yesterday, I went to the shops. So what is it for? What do we use the past simple for? Filippo, brilliant. Yeah, for a specific time in the past. Exactly. Not connected to now. Okay. In English, you cannot say, yesterday I have been to the shops. This is wrong. Okay. In Italian, though, you can say it. So it's a big difference. Okay. Simple past, specific time in the past, not connected to now. In English, present perfect, we are connecting a moment in the past up to the present. For example, I have lived in Milan for 2 years. Began in the past, comes up to now. Past simple is separate, okay? Separate moments in the past. Okay, so that's one of our focuses today, describing films and writing a film review. Okay, so as I've said, for the new people who have just have just tuned in, guys, we're going to be doing quite a bit of writing today. So I'm going to be asking you to respond as much as you can in the comments section. I think it's also a really good opportunity for you to practice your spelling, as well as using the vocabulary that you have and the tenses that you know. Okay, well, first thing we're going to do, guys, we have 5 questions. I want you to make them into full questions, and then we're going to be asking each other these questions. Number 1, as you can see, says last film, ? Please make this into a full question. Write in your comment section, please, what you think the question is for number 1. Last film. Okay, well, yeah. Past simple, again, past simple question. We're focusing on the past, aren't we? What was the last film you saw? That's simple. What was the last film you saw? Saw is from the verb see, isn't it? See, saw, seen. Okay, past simple, saw. What was the last film you saw? Okay, please, I want you, people who are watching, to respond to this question. Tell me, what was the last film you saw? Please use the past simple in your response. I want to know what the last film. Mariana, lovely. The last film I saw was Joker. Excellent, excellent. I'm going to ask you a bit about that film later, Mariana, because we have some more questions here. Anybody else? Does anybody else have another film that they saw? I haven't seen Joker, unfortunately. I really want to watch it. I haven't had the opportunity though. Guys, anybody else, please tell us your answers to number 1. Let's move on to number 2. Oh, lovely. Filippo, the last film you saw was Parasite. Excellent. Well, I know that won the Oscar, didn't it, for best film this year? Amazing. Another film I haven't seen. I really want to watch it. I actually seem to watch more old films these days, but I think it's been a very good year for cinema. There's been lots of films that I've wanted to watch. So, number 2, who with? Please make the full question for number 2. Remember, as well, prepositions, where we put prepositions in questions. Who can tell me what the full question is for number 2? It's a bit different in Italian. In Italian, you begin con chi, don't you? Which is with who. In English, we don't say that. Filippo, brilliant. Who did you go with? Perfect. Who did you go with? Well, tell me, Mariana, Filippo, who did you go with? You can also say, instead of go, if you say go, obviously we're thinking about the cinema, aren't we? Going to the cinema. You could also use a different verb. Who did you watch it with? Okay. Who did you watch it with? Well, tell me, Filippo, who did you watch Parasite with? Mariana, who did you watch Joker with? Tell me. Try to make a full sentence, yeah, full response using the correct verb forms. Don't just put my boyfriend, yeah? Try to make the full sentence. Filippo, good. Nearly, we're missing one thing here. I watched alone. What do we need to add? I watched it. Yeah, I watched. Remember, in English, subject, verb, object. I watched, verb. I subject, watched, verb, and then object. The film, or you can just refer to it, the pronoun. I watched it alone. Excellent. Lovely. Mariana, yeah, I went to the cinema with my friends. Brilliant. Yes. Excellent. Well done, Filippo. Yeah, that's brilliant. Exactly. Yeah, I went to the cinema with my friends to watch it. Lovely. Excellent. Very good. Next question. Let's make it, shall we? Can you please write in the question for me? Yeah, Mariana, you've also said, yeah, I watched it with my friends. Sure. Depends what the focus is, isn't it? So the focus is, who did you watch it with? So really the focus is the people. So this is an even better answer. Okay, well done. Number 3 then. What's the full question for that? Where? Where? Again, remembering quasi, yeah? Question word, auxiliary. Yeah, I'll write quasi in here for you that maybe don't know it. Yeah, quasi. Yeah, question word. Question word. Yeah, which is where in this case. Okay, lovely. We've already got the answer. That's brilliant. Carmela, lovely. Where did you go? Yeah, good. But let's change the verb. Where did you go to the cinema? Nearly. Let's think of the main verb. What verb have we been using? We're nearly there. Yeah. So question word, where. Then we need the auxiliary verb like do, did, and so on. Does, subject, you in this case, and then the infinitive. What's the correct verb? Can anybody write it in for me? Oh, lovely. I missed that. Well done, Mariana. Where did you watch it? Brilliant. Yeah, we don't need to add on top. Film, we've already got it. Where did you watch it? Brilliant. Tell me, where did you watch it? Tell me, Carmela, you've just joined us. Tell us, where did you watch the last film you watched? Okay. Tell me, Mariana. Tell me, Filippo, where did you watch it? In fact, I already know. Mariana watched it at the cinema. She's told me. Filippo, did you watch the film? Did you watch the film at the cinema, or did you watch it in your home? Please tell me your answers when you have them. In the meantime, let's move on to number 4. Okay, when? Well, we've already got the formula. We've got quasi. We know how to use quasi. We can just change the question word, can't we? So, when did you watch it? When did you watch it? When did you watch it? Please tell me, guys. Please tell me, Filippo, Carmela, Mariana, when did you watch the last film? So, when did you watch Parasite, Joker, and so on? Oh, thanks for that, Filippo. Yeah, you watched it at the cinema for number 3. Good. And number 4, when did you watch it? Now we need to use, don't we? We need to use a time phrase. Yeah, like yesterday, a few days ago, last week, last month. Let's see if you can put it in the right place. Waiting for your answers when you have them. Lovely. Oh, excellent. Very good, Filippo. I watched it just before the cinema closure. Well, how long ago was that? Yeah, just before that, you could say just before the cinemas closed. But when was that? Tell me, how long ago? Yeah, we have this word ago, don't we? That we need to use. For example, 2 weeks ago, 3 days ago. How long ago was it when they officially closed cinemas in Italy? Tell me. Tell me, Mariana. When did you watch? Oh, lovely. You've just done it. Brilliant. Thank you. I watched it nearly a few months. Yeah, a few months ago. Absolutely. Yeah, very good. Remember, few, plural, so we need that S, don't we? A few months ago. Lovely. Well done, Filippo. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Brilliant. Excellent. And the final question then, your opinion. Now, you don't need to use the phrase your opinion in the question, but I would like you to make a question for the person asking, asking the other person what their opinion of the film is. What's the question for number 5? Yeah, lovely, Carmela. What do you think about it? Yeah. Or what did you know? Here is interesting because do you have to use past simple or present simple? You can talk about your opinions now. What do you think of Joker? Okay, but because we're already talking in the past, we would probably stay in the past. What did you think of it? What do you think of it? Can anybody? Oh yeah, also Filippo nearly got it there. Just remember with recommend, we don't need to use the past. So it would just be, would you recommend? Yeah, would you recommend it? Yeah, that's perfect. That's again another question to get the person's opinion. So tell me, please, Mariana, tell me, would you recommend Joker? Filippo, would you recommend Parasite? I would like to know your views. Was it maybe overrated? Okay, overrated. Do we know what overrated means? Anybody? Overrated, okay, is when you feel a film people have a too higher opinion of it. People think it's the best film of the year, but you actually think, well, it was okay. I think it's overrated. Okay. What do you think? Is Joker overrated? Is Parasite overrated? These are 2 films that have been given massive acclaim. This word acclaim means when something is given acclaim, it's given serious plaudits, recommendations. Okay, if something receives acclaim, it gets the Oscar, for example, which is what Parasite got, and Joker. Joaquin Phoenix got the Best Actor award, didn't he, for Joker? Tell me, please. I want to know, Filippo and Mariana. Tell me, what would you recommend? Would you recommend Joker, Parasite? What did you think of the film? What do you think of them? We're going to be talking more about films that you've seen. So we're just starting now for you to get full sentences together. Lovely. Filippo, let's have a look at what you said. Lovely. Parasite is a good film, but I think not so good to win all the Oscars that it won, but you should see it. Okay, lovely. Good. Parasite is a good film. I think not. Yeah, you would say maybe you could say it didn't deserve to win the Oscar for Best Picture. Yeah, it didn't deserve. Yeah, meritare. Yeah, is deserve. It didn't deserve to win the Oscar for Best Picture. but you should see it. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Lovely, Mariana. Remember spelling with recommend. In Italian, you say raccomand. In English, we say recommend with the E. I recommend Joker. It's a strange and psychological film. Yes, that's what I've heard. Excellent. That's really good to hear. Thumbs up then. Thumbs up for both of the films overall, although Filippo is saying maybe, you know, Parasite is a bit overrated. Thank you so much for that, guys. Lovely. Now, next thing. Let's read these questions. So, film genres, that's the pronunciation. Film genres. What is your favorite film and why do you like it? Okay, 2 questions. I want you please to respond. Give me full sentence response to these questions. Your favorite film of all time and why do you like it? Please tell me. I'm waiting for your answers. Favorite film of all time. Well, while I'm waiting, I will tell you my favorite film of all time, I think, is It's a Wonderful Life. The Christmas film with James Stewart, the Frank Capra film, black and white, that you may have seen. It's often on TV at Christmas time. I absolutely love that film and I watch it every single year and I enjoy it as much every time I watch it. That's why I like it. It's timeless. The message, the values in the film are timeless. That's why I like the film so much. I never get bored. Yeah. Again, we've got this word get. I never get, in this case, I never get bored of it. I never get bored of it. Oh, lovely, Carmela, you told me that. My favorite film of all time is Some Like It Hot. Interesting. Yeah, I like that film. That's I think that's a Billy Wilder film, if I'm not mistaken. Carmela, tell me, why do you like it? Why do you like it? Different question. You could say maybe because ... Because I love this actor, because of the story. Remember, in English, the story of a film is the plot. The plot. Because the plot is incredible. Tell me, please, tell me your favorite films and why. Waiting for your answers. I'm sure, Carmela, you've said my favorite film of all time is Some Like It Hot. If I say to you, why do you like it? I'm sure you will have to say, because it's such a funny film. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it is a comedy, isn't it? So I'm sure you must find it funny. Let's have a look, Filippo. I'm a sci-fi fan, so my favorites are Inception or Solaris. I like the philosophical sci-fi, and these are 2 good examples of good sci-fi. Okay, lovely, Filippo. Tell me, though, which Solaris? Solaris with George Clooney or the original Solaris, the Russian version by Andrei Tarkovsky? Tell me, which Solaris is your favorite? Mariana. Your favorite film is the Harry Potter saga. But Mariana, you have to choose one. Which is your favorite Harry Potter film? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? I don't know how many films are there. 20, 30? Which one? Which one is your favorite? You have to have a favorite. Okay, and you've said why as well. I like the idea of magic. Absolutely, the magical world that is created in the film. Great. The first. Yes, the first. Thanks for that, Mariana. Yeah, the first. Often the first film of a saga is the one that captures you. Excellent. Okay, good. Let's move on then to the next question. What is your least favorite film? Okay, and why don't you like it? So the opposite. Well, my least favorite film that I can remember, there are lots of bad films that I've watched, but my least favorite film that I could not finish was Coyote Ugly. I remember watching about half of that film about 10 years ago, and it was unbelievably bad. The acting was terrible. The whole concept behind the film was dumb, unbelievable, just ridiculous film. Sorry if anybody out there is a fan of Coyote Ugly. Personally, I hate it. I think it's rubbish. Also, I really did not like in fact, the last film I walked out of in the cinema was the film with Leonardo DiCaprio where he's fighting a bear. What's it called? It begins with R. Revenant. The Revenant. Yeah, The Revenant. I thought was ridiculous. I had to leave the cinema. I thought the soundtrack was really just created this really bizarre atmosphere, and it was unrealistic. I thought, you know, he's fighting a bear for 5 or 10 minutes. I thought it was so stupid. Anyway, please tell me what your least favorite film is. What films do you really not like? Which films did you buy the ticket to watch, went to the cinema to watch, and had to leave because it was so bad? Has this happened to you? Have you ever had to leave the cinema because the film was so bad? As I say, for me, The Revenant was a film that I couldn't watch. It was again ridiculous. It was also contrived. When something is contrived, it means that it's trying really hard to be something that it isn't. Similar to pretentious. Quite similar words. Oh, Mariana has said the least favorite films are films with Tom Cruise. So you must hate Mission Impossible. Yeah, no. Tom Cruise, interesting. I'm not a fan either, but I do really like Cocktail. If you've ever seen Cocktail, a film he did in the 80s, I would actually recommend that film. But I do agree with you. I think Tom Cruise is not the best actor. So any film with Tom Cruise for you then, I imagine? Top Gun, Mission Impossible, whatever. Why? But tell me, Mariana, why don't you like Tom Cruise? Tell me why. Filippo, tell me what your least favorite film is. And why, of course, why? So as I said, for me, The Revenant is one of my least favorite films. I don't like it because it is pretentious. It is contrived, because it's unrealistic. Tell me your answers as I'm waiting for them. Filippo said, I've never nearly left. Remember, it's an irregular verb, that one. I've never left the cinema before the end of the film. Well, you're very lucky. You're very lucky, Filippo. It's happened to me more than once. Okay, good. So as I'm waiting for those answers, guys, I want you also to tell me, what is your favorite movie genre? Okay, we have a few here. Fantasy, romance. Okay, we also have romance, rom-com. Romantic comedies is a common genre. Rom-com, action, comedy, western, animation, musical, horror, sci-fi, documentary. Tell me your favorite movie genres. Filippo said he loves sci-fi. Sci-fi. I imagine he will choose that. Do you have any others that you really like? I know Mariana really likes fantasies. Are there any others that you enjoy? Personally, I love westerns. I watch westerns all the time. I think it's an amazing genre with such a scope for for dealing with very difficult and elemental themes about society. Tell me, please, your favorite movie genres. I also really like, yeah, romantic comedies as well. I'm a big fan. As long as they're good ones, though. There are lots of bad rom-coms. There are some amazing ones like When Harry Met Sally, or Sleepless in Seattle, or You've Got Mail. You've Got Mail. I love that film. Tell me, oh, Eleonora, you say your favorite movie genre is action. Excellent. Carmela, your favorite is comedy. Brilliant. Brilliant. Excellent. Lovely. Great to see. Great to see. Okay, good. Now let us move on. Okay, so a bit more information now. Okay, so I want you to choose the best film or the worst film, or your least favorite, yeah, the worst film you've ever seen, and I want you to respond to these questions, okay, in a short paragraph, just a few sentences in the comments, please. Okay, first question, who are the main actors? Okay, for example, in It's a Wonderful Life, my favorite film, the main actors are James Stewart and Donna Reed. Next question, which character did he or she play? Can you remember the names of the characters? If not, don't worry. Yeah, you can skip that. Who is the hero of the film? Who is the villain? Yeah, the villain is the bad guy. The good guy, the hero. The bad guy, the villain. And the sidekick. What is sidekick? Well, sidekick is the, we would say, like the supporting actor. Yeah, the person who helps to support the hero role. Okay, if it's a romantic comedy and there is no hero or no villains, you can explain a bit about the character. Tell us what kind of a role they play, the main actors in the film. Next one, where and when does the film take place? So in It's a Wonderful Life, the film takes place, yeah, in small town America. Yeah. Again, tell me where the film takes place. It's like the set or the setting of the film. And finally, the last question, what is the plot? Very briefly, the synopsis, the plot, a couple of sentences explaining the film. Okay, so please choose your most or least favorite. Write just a short few sentences, short paragraph, just answering some of those questions. Okay, I'm waiting for your answers. We'll have a look at them. Come on, you see, my favorite actor is Toto. That's definitely one of my favorites as well for comedy. Mariana, of course, yeah, you say your favorite movie genre is fantasy. Yeah, I did think so. Excellent. Okay, lovely. So I'm waiting then. Please, when you've written your response, a few sentences, please send it over. We'll have a look at it. As I said, if one of the questions is not relevant to your film, like the sidekick, the villain, there isn't a villain or a sidekick, fine, just move on to the next one. You could say, for example, for, well, let's think about, the film. Well, I haven't seen the film Joker, as I've said, but you could say that the Joker is the villain, no? Is the villain in the film. I don't think he's the hero. You could say a different word, which is the main person, is the protagonist. Yeah, the protagonist. The protagonist of the film is Joker, played by Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, that's the verb that we use. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Example. Like in Phoenix. Plays Joker. Yeah. Play is actually the verb to play a character in a film or in a piece of theatre. As I see, Carmelo, you said Toto was the actor from Naples. Yeah, I know. He's in fact, I watched a lot of Toto. I did live in Naples for a time, and I watched lots of Toto when I was living there. One of my favorite Italian actors for sure. Lovely, Filippo, brilliant. Thank you for that. Let's have a look. So in Solaris, the main actor is George Clooney, who plays, just the S, that plays a psychological doctor on a space station orbiting around a planet with a T, planet called Solaris. Brilliant. That's a nice, short description. The planet makes real the dreams, of the scientist on the station. Yeah, that's right. It's an amazing concept, isn't it, for a film, that one? No, I love it. I love the book, actually. I read the book at university. It's excellent, and it's not long. Lovely, Mariana. Daniel Radcliffe is the main actor. Is the main actor singular of Harry Potter. Brilliant. Good. Very good. Okay, lovely. So, guys, we're going to develop this a little bit further now. Looking at the time, we have a little bit of time now to develop this further. Now, what are some adjectives to describe a film? I will, for people who are still writing, sorry, I will we'll look at those together as they're coming in. Eleanor, you just sent me one. In my favorite film, the main actor, get the A. The main actor is Jennifer Aniston. Aniston. She is an assistant in New York in spring. What's the film, though, Eleanor? Tell me what the film is. When you can. Okay, so describing the film then. What are some adjectives to describe a film? Well, we said a few. We've said a couple. Let's have a look. We've got quite a few here now. I want us to try to match these together then. So, very funny, hilarious. These are synonyms, words that are similar. Very funny, hilarious. The film was very funny. The film was hilarious. Okay, try to match these together, and in the comments, tell me which go together. The next one we have is violent. Tell me what word is similar to violence here? Similar word to violent. Anybody? So we've got tragic, terrible, okay, bloody, gripping, and terrifying. Which word is similar to violence? Okay, we have a few people have messaged in there. Great guesses. Similar then is bloody. Okay. Well done. Quite a few of you got them. Well done, Mariana. Yeah, lovely. Filippo as well. Excellent. Bloody. A similar word to bloody as well is gory. Gory, bloody. When there is lots of blood in the film. Okay, similar. You can have a violent film which doesn't have blood. Think about westerns. We said westerns is a genre of film. Maybe think of a western from the 1950s where you have lots of fighting, shooting, but you don't see blood. It's a violent film, but it's not bloody. If you think about a Tarantino film, of course, well, most of them are very bloody, aren't they? Or gory. Okay, next one. All right. And well done, Marion. You've already got it. Okay. Yeah, it was all right. The film. It was all right. It was okay. Awful. Next one. Okay, awful. Filippo's also said splatter as another one for gory. Yeah, yeah, like the splatter genre. I think it's. I think that's a word that you use in Italian as a genre of film like that. Maybe Lucio Fulci films or something like that. Yeah. We know what you mean. We know we would probably say bloody or gory though. Okay, for awful, yes. Marianne has gone for terrible. Excellent. If a film is awful, it's terrible. Another word would be rubbish. Yeah, rubbish, awful, terrible. Okay, very scary. Anybody for very scary? Okay, terrifying. Yeah, terrifying. If the film is terrifying, it's very scary. Or frightening as well. Frightening. Okay, very similar. Lovely. And then very sad. Tragic. Yeah. Think of Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, is a good example. And then the last one, yeah, exciting and gripping. Yeah, the film is gripping. It's gripped, which is this, to grip your interest. It has captured you. Yeah, it's exciting. You want to watch and see what happens at the end. Okay, a gripping film, an exciting film. Okay, okay, lovely. So, guys, looking at the time, I'm aware we are running out of time. So I want you now to spend 5 minutes, please, those of you that are watching, I want you to write a short paragraph now with whatever information you want to tell me about your favorite film or your least favorite film, the worst film. You can choose. Maybe choose a different one from before if you've already written in. Tell me whichever information you want from the list. Obviously, tell me the title, yeah, and the genre, and then other information you can remember. Who are the main actors? What is the setting? The plot, which is the story. Who's the director? What's the soundtrack like? Is the soundtrack scary? Does it have a terrifying soundtrack? Or thinking about the other words, is the soundtrack very sad? Yeah, you can use some of those words to describe the soundtrack. What are the special effects like? If you like action films, you can describe the special effects. Use some adjectives that you know. Okay, so we've just got 5 minutes, please. Write a short review, as it says. Write your review, short paragraph, choosing the information that you like to write about the film. I'm going to wait for your responses now, and we'll look at them together. We've just got 5 minutes. Okay. For example, you could say the plot was gripping. Yeah. I was on the edge of my seat. Okay. It's a similar meaning to gripping. To be on the edge of your seat. Be on the edge of your seat. I couldn't wait to see what happens. Just a couple of minutes left if you're finishing off. Thank you so much, Eleonora. Let's have a look. So the name of the film is Your Name. Okay, haven't heard of it. The genre is animation. Good. Yeah. You can also say it's an animation. Excellent. And the creator is Makoto Shinkai. Okay, interesting. The story is fantastic and tragic, but at the final is, remember, we need the subject, it's romantic, because they'll meet in the train. Yeah, or just you can use present simple. They meet in the train. Okay, something we didn't talk about actually is that when you're writing about the plot, about the story of a film, you can actually use the present simple as well. We used the past simple before to talk about the last film you saw, what was it like, who were you with, past simple, talking about that event. But when we talk about the plot in general, we talk about the story, sorry, we can use the present simple, okay? Because the story doesn't have a past or a future. It's in the present. It's like a photograph. It's a present moment. So you can use the present simple. This happens. The bad guy fights Batman, but Batman wins. Okay, you can use the present. Lovely. Thank you, Mariana. Let's have a look at yours. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was shot in different parts of England. It's good. Past simple, because you're talking about when the film was shot in the past, was filmed. Excellent. Remember capitals with countries. So England, capital E. Yeah. And beginning of sentences. It's a fantasy. Good. Comment. The soundtrack is very beautiful and relaxing. Lovely. Lovely. Well done. That's great. Really good to see. Anything else that you can tell me? We've just got 1 more minute. Anything else you can tell me about the films that you've seen? Maybe Mariana, you could tell me about the acting in the film. What is the how would you describe the acting? Is it realistic? Are the characters believable? Can you believe them as real characters, or maybe you know, what are the effects like? What's the story like? What's the plot like? We said before, didn't we? Harry Potter has a very it's a fantasy, isn't it? So it's you enter into a new world, don't you, of magic. You said it's magical, didn't you? It's you like that magic world that's created. Okay, lovely. Well, thank you so much, everybody. for your contributions today. You've really made this a very productive lesson. Thank you. Thank you a lot for that. So yeah, just to remember then, guys, talking about the tenses, past simple, when we are referring to past moments. Yeah, I watched the film yesterday. Okay, and present simple for describing the plot. In the film, this happens. Okay, for example, Harry Potter. Harry Potter becomes a wizard. Yeah, present simple. Okay, guys, thank you so much for this. We've got to say goodbye. Hope you've enjoyed yourself and you've learned something new. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.